YouTube is weird.
YouTube has always been weird.
Okay. It says I'm live.
Yeah, I think it says I'm live too. Hold on. Am I?
Check, check.
Come on.
Check.
Check. Check. Can you do something, please? Am I?
Oh, we're live. It's what day is it?
I don't know why I hit recording, but whoops. There we go. Go live. Go live. There we go. I'm live. Hello. I'm in the yellow. Hello. There we go. I'm not in yellow anymore. It's hump day. It's officially hump day for me, at least. It's the 20th.
It is hump day. It's one of those days where you're just like gonna sit back and wait. What's that? Do you hear something? Do you hear something?
I don't know. Do I hear something?
Oh shit! Xbox! God damn it! No!
Okay.
They took over.
I
think they took over.
I think my OBS just took over my computer.
Yeah, big news yesterday, and not much else, which is surprising. Yeah. I kind of expected there to be something. There is new stuff on the PlayStation Store.
Yes, there is.
And finally, after several weeks of the holiday sale, which is over today, and yeah, and we're climbing already into almost February of 2022. Pretty lackluster start to 2022 so far. I mean, not much going on. Yeah. It's not like anyone's throwing around, $68 billion or anything.
No, they're not. They're just like, look, money.
And if you've been under a rock, we'll get to it. I think we should keep the format of the podcast. We'll get to the effects of the Activision Blizzard extravaganza later in the podcast. We'll talk about the sales, the new sales. Go through those and talk about what we've got on our plate, what we've been playing, a little bit of that, and go forwards. We missed last week because fuck you, basically, right?
Yeah, basically, from what I understand, your area just said fuck you. You go to sleep tonight.
Yep, I lost. Let's see, I've lost power twice in the last week. I lost my internet last night. Apparently, 5G got turned on this morning, and shit went to hell.
Welcome to 5G.
Yeah, they turned on the full broad.
They're tracking you people, you COVID fucks.
Yeah, they turned on the full bandwidth of 5G this morning, I believe, and then some weird shit happened. So that was a thing. But yeah, apparently they're gonna try to sell 5G as like a home internet, where you just, instead of having like a wired connection to your house, you just have 5G. I don't know how that's going to work. Doesn't seem very good. If I had to use my cell phone hotspot for my internet, I would, probably go insane. Nice. But maybe 5G is that good. I don't see how, everybody. I mean, what is there? 2 cell phones for every human being in this country or something? I don't know.
I don't follow that stuff.
3 guns and 2 cell phones.
Well, then my family's weird because none of us have a gun.
So that means there's another family out there who has 6 guns per person in order to make up for
Don't. Well, technically you'd be right because they probably live off the grid and they think the government's conspiring against them, and they probably have a compound. And they probably shoot the mailman.
Your family has all the phones. Their family has all the guns.
I guess we do even out then.
I always wonder, like, how, basically, like, every 2-3 years, most people, ditch their phone. They get a new phone, and I always wonder, like, what happens. Like, what I kind of envision, like, there's this tech mastermind, like, somewhere, kind of like, some super villain, like comic book villain who's just collecting old cell phones and he's gonna use them to, like, do something horrible. He's just got a shitload of old fucking flip phones and Nokias and all kinds of shit. Just big ass piles of cell phones.
He's like, to turning on 5G, I'll have my revenge.
I sort of in the camp, how there's all these part shortages and, like, it's like maybe we should start going through our phone garbage and, like, repurposing old phones to do shit. I don't know. But there's got to be, like, computers, maybe not so much, because most people, I think, probably hold their computers for their laptops 7 years, 7 to 10 maybe. Phones are definitely 2 to 3 years though. I would say, if I had to guess. But that's not what we're here. We're here to, talk about sales.
We are here to talk about sales.
Look at this. Yeah.
I saw some good games on sale, actually. Some really ridiculously good games on sale.
Yeah, what'd you see? What do you see? What do you talk about it?
My favorite fucking game ever, Spider-Man. Game of the Year, man, is on sale right now for $16.
Game of the Year edition. Comes with
Game of the Year edition. It comes with all the good shit.
Except one thing.
Miles Morales.
No. The PS5 edition. This is the PS4 edition.
This is the PS4. Yeah, but still, I mean, this is still worth it. Even because, let's face it, most people don't have PS5s yet. So, it's just still very worth it if they don't have it. So, and, but yeah, this is definitely a fucking great game. This is probably easily top 5 of the PS4 generation.
Strong phrase coming from Hitro here. Oh, yeah. I would agree with that. Yeah, top 5. So, super good.
You need to pick it up if you don't have it, because even the normal price at $40 is still a very solid deal for this game. And I would spend $40 for this game, considering what it comes with. But $16 is just like, oh, you better buy it and just don't eat lunch the next day.
If you can grab, oh shoot, it's not on sale. I was gonna say, like, this Miles Morales Ultimate Edition. Sometimes you want to watch the price on this thing, because this is the one that includes the Spider-Man Remastered PS5 edition plus Miles Morales all in one package.
Yeah.
So that one is like the that's the one where you get, like, the PS4, PS5 versions of, like, everything. Pretty fucking dope. Yeah. One thing that I saw today, and this kind of goes with the sale. There is a sale in the Crew 2 right now.
Really?
Special edition. It's $12.
Okay.
And you can get the non-special edition for $10. The special edition,
the extra $2 if you have it.
Well, the special edition just comes with 2 extra cars. So I don't know if you want to spend the $2. It might just be worth $10.
That's $1 a car.
But the funny thing is the Crew 2 actually launched today. They launched a off-road season. And I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's a whole like DLC that they just dropped and then just gave to everybody. I was like, that's kind of weird. Like January 2022, like the Crew 2 has a full blown DLC like off road thing that you can
Okay.
go and do, and a whole like little battle pass of like things you can earn, like cars, like off roading cars.
Yeah.
So like that game is still fucking going pretty strong, like with its drops, like as far as like they give you stuff to do kind of weekly.
Okay.
But I think that's probably, the PlayStation's strongest competitor to like say Forza. Even though, the Crew 2 is also on
Well, their
all
biggest racing game is going to be dropping the next month or two.
True, so maybe you want to warm up for
True.
for that Gran
Or if
Turismo.
you haven't yet, picked up Dirt 5 for free on PlayStation Plus.
It's free.
It's free this month, at least for the next week. Another game I saw that was really good on sale that you and I both really enjoyed is currently I saw Detroit Become Human.
Mm-hmm.
It's on here for $10 or $7 if you have
PlayStation Plus discount?
Plus. Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, $8, so $2 difference. But if you have PlayStation Plus, you get an extra $2 off. Mind you, this is a PlayStation Classic considered now, so it is $20. But yeah, it is currently on sale. Or if you want, you can spend $12 and get the Digital Deluxe Edition. And I'm not really sure what comes with the Digital Deluxe, but
Doesn't
it's
Heavy
probably
Rain come with it? Yeah,
I don't.
full Heavy
Heavy
Rain
Rain
game.
does. Okay. It's a full extra game right there, and that game is legit really good. That game is the one I bought for the reason why I got my PS3, and that was towards the end of the PS3 era, mid to end, I should say. And it took me a few months to find a PS3 because they were selling like hotcakes.
Remember we were talking about like possible PlayStation Plus games for February. It's interesting that Dying Light the premium edition is like on sale.
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaning heavily towards that's going to be the PlayStation Plus game this month.
The following one.
Yeah, the Dying Light enhanced edition. I
Yeah.
don't know if they'd give the enhanced edition.
Didn't you also suspect like Rainbow Six Siege would also be on sale? Because
Right,
I also
exactly.
see that's
Yep.
also on sale right now as well. And that's $10.
I think this sale ends like right as they're gonna announce. So I would hold off on those two games, even though they're on deep sales, because I just have a feeling that maybe those are the ones that are.
Well, Extraction is now out. It dropped at midnight.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So and it's because and I know this because it's on Game Pass, or if you have Ubisoft Club Plus subscription, you can also get it there. Otherwise, it's $40.
Yep.
So.
Yep. On the VR side, they finally put some VR games on sale again. And
which games?
So Skyrim VR Edition, which is a full $60 title, if you didn't know.
Oh, god damn, that is a big sell.
Yeah, it's $20. And then also Batman and Iron Man. Yeah, both have pretty deep cuts.
I put moderator privileges and say you must buy Skyrim VR just so you can double piss off Hitman.
So I can Fuso Da in VR.
Fuso Da and do dual wielding magic.
I am probably going to pick up Elder Scrolls Skyrim
because that's a good price.
I mean, if it's a full $60 game in VR, it might be one of the better titles to be worth it. And
PS
then
Move controller optional and 2 PS Move controllers supported.
Yeah, and Iron Man VR I'm definitely gonna get now. I was just waiting for it to go on sale again.
Okay.
Yeah, so finally, um,
I see Firepoint is also on sale. $10.
yeah, that's a pretty harrowing game for VR. I mean, if the little grabby things from Aliens, if you don't like
Hmm.
those things, those things. That's basically that game. Is like those
Yeah,
things coming at you.
you have Doom VR, right?
I do. I have Doom
VFR or whatever
VFR
they call it.
VFR. Hmm.
They just had to be special and called VFR. No, I saw Firewall and I was like, oh wait, I know what that game is. That's the game where you freaking play with other players and you can accidentally kill yourself in that game a lot.
Yeah, that's
Like,
basically like Call of Duty in VR. It's
uh,
multiplayer.
I think it's more like Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like a 6v6 kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Or
it's an
4v4.
online shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I think what happened was, I think I've seen some gameplay where people were messing around with it, and the dude accidentally was trying to put his knife away, and he ended up stabbing himself in the heart and he died.
Damn.
So I think you can accidentally kill yourself in this game. So I mean, I could be wrong about the game, but I think this is the game.
They even have a Dirt Rally VR game for like $4.
Oh god, that would be a headache.
I don't know. It's Ninja Legends. I don't know. So
Oh
there's a
wait,
lot. There's quite a bit of VR shit on sale right now.
do you have Astrobot?
Oh yeah, dude. That's excellent. That's an excellent VR game.
Okay.
That's like
Oh,
that's like top five VR so far for me. Like I would say that Blood and Truth, which is also on sale, is like number one,
yeah.
and then like probably Beat Saber, and then I would probably put Astrobot like number three as
All
far
right.
as VR experiences. Like um, Astrobot is like real chill. Also, it's not like super in your face VR. You know, I mean,
Okay.
it's not gonna be Doom or fucking you know. Um,
Wow. I'm just going through the list still of games that are currently on sale on the new sales, and
a
it's
lot of stuff less than 20, and a lot of stuff less than
yeah.
like 10.
I'm even
Also,
seeing a game that I'm surprised. It's like this game should have been below $20 years ago, and that's Infinite Warfare. That's the one that has, if I remember right, and this game is Troy Baker and Kevin Spacey. Your character is Troy Baker, and then Kevin Spacey is the famous person they pulled in to do the game.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff here less than $10, like Batman Arkham Knight Premium Edition. It's like, holy
Yeah,
shit, like $8.
I'm
Like,
seeing Assassin's
I,
Creed.
I'm sorry, but another unpopular Arethisal opinion. I really think Batman Arkham Knight is like one of the best Batman games. Probably my
Okay,
second favorite behind like Arkham City.
okay.
I love all the Batman games, but if I had to rank them, I'd put Arkham Knight pretty high up there.
I like the opening of Arkham Knight because of just the ooh and ah of when you literally the opening of the training sequence at the end
Hmm.
of the training
Hmm.
sequence, literally calling the Batmobile, and it gives you chills.
I just like, when you're driving around the city in the Batmobile and like the NPCs are like, is that the Batman? I love
Boys
that.
are
I
here.
love that callback to like the old school Batman. You have like the thugs like running around the city, like, hey, is that Batman?
Oh
Because you're
yeah.
like driving around the city in the fucking Batmobile.
Yeah,
Um,
we got Mad Max on sale for $5. We got Persona 5 on sale for 9. Judgment is currently on sale for 18, which is the lowest I think I've ever seen that game go. But I'd still probably hold off considering.
yeah, I think Judgment's another candidate. I think for PlayStation Plus. you got to be careful with
Mm-hmm.
some of these because they're candidates. I think high candidates. Persona is not a candidate because they already put that on the PlayStation collection.
Yeah.
But Judgment is definitely one of those. High.
Just Cause 4 is on here as well. Complete edition for 14. That's
Yeah. Just Cause probably not a candidate for
no,
Plus.
I don't think so. I think The Order would have been a candidate.
No, that'll piss too many people off.
But I think it's also too much. I think they should have at least put another 25% off on that.
Yeah, that game should be $5.
Yeah.
You can literally rent that game for $5 and like play the whole thing.
In 5 hours.
Yeah, it's short.
I see Origins Game Pass or the season pass for Origins is on here. That's hilarious. It's funny that Origins and the season pass cost the exact same right now. $15 each.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I think Rage 2, I think also is a candidate for PlayStation Plus. I would be careful with that one. Just wait a week to see.
Deluxe, the deluxe edition on 18 and the regular for 12. So, Knack 2 is going to be a candidate maybe.
No, they won't give away Knack on Plus. That's too much of a meme. They'd stay away from that shit.
Oh man, it just keeps going. I swear I thought I saw a Pistol Whip like twice.
There's a VR and a non-VR version, maybe.
Oh, okay. I saw the VR version when I was looking at the VR titles, and here's a non-VR version of the game. I think. No. Oh, I saw it when I made it VR. You know, when I was just going through the list.
Uh-huh.
And then I found it on page 6, I think.
Well, look. Instead of buying Madden for Super Bowl Sunday, you could buy Mutant League Football. Mutant Football League for $3.74. This is at Walmart pricing. This is an old ass game though.
Hey, look. Construction Simulator 3. I've never even fucking heard of this shit. And it's $7.49. No, that needs to be like $2.49.
Construction Simulator?
Yeah. 3. Which means there's more of them. But it's only a one-player game. Page 7, I think. Yeah. Oh my god, that actually might be worth it. Metro 2033 Redux is on here for $4.
Yeah, I think that has a PS5 upgrade.
I think they
too.
do. I think it does. I think Metro has a PS5.
Here's a game that I wanted to get on Switch that I don't think is ever going to happen, so I might just buy it for PlayStation. The Starlink game.
Okay.
$12 for the regular version and 20 for the deluxe. What does the deluxe just has 5 ships and like 10 pilots?
Metro Exodus is on here for $7.
That's the one that has the PS5.
And that has a PS5. Metro. Hold on, which one is this one? It's 2013. Okay, additional. So there's 2 Metro Reduxes on here. One is Metro Redux or 2033 Redux, and then one is Metro Redux. But what's the difference between the two? I'm confused. Oh, whatever. But yeah.
You can get the Star Trek Bridge Crew game bundle with the next generation DLC.
Okay.
It is $12.
Okay.
Immerse yourself in Star Trek. You know the game.
Yeah.
In VR and off and not in VR, and it comes with the next generation DLC, which I'm assuming is like um, next generation shit.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I have this. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm
You have Bridge Crew
not sure if I have the regular edition or if I have the next
because you told me
generation.
that you purchased it.
I haven't actually ever played it though. I
I
own it.
know. Well, I keep on trying to find me a fucking PSVR, and then I heard that now the PSVR 2 might be coming out within the next year or so. So it's like, ooh,
Yeah, and
maybe I should just hold
they
off.
promised that VR2 will be backwards compatible with all the old games.
So when VR 2 comes out, that's when I'll start picking up some games.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll wait for VR 2 to come out. Um.
Probably a good idea.
Yep. Hentai versus Evil. It's on
Oh,
sale.
Lord. Of
Leames
course.
will be excited to hear that.
I mean, he
Um.
probably bought 6 copies already.
He
He's on
probably
top
he
of it.
probably did.
He's ready to go.
Yeah, yeah. It's on sale for $7 and it's PS5 compatible.
Whoa.
Get the haptic feedback on whatever kind of shit you do in that game.
There
Um,
are 26 pages of shit that's less than $20.
yep.
Uh,
Mass Effect
to go
Andromeda
through.
Standard Recruit Edition is on here for $10.49.
I think you're better off like maybe waiting for the Legendary Edition. It's probably a better.
Well, Mass Effect. This is the Andromeda.
Yeah, I know.
This is the Mass Effect 4. The Recruit Edition comes with what does it come with? It doesn't tell me what extra shit.
It comes with the game. That's what it comes with.
Yeah.
It's the
Oh,
recruit.
it includes some multiplayer pack. In other words,
Multi.
nothing important.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. And then the deluxe edition, yeah. But yeah, there is a lot of stuff on sale, including the worst game to ever exist, Homefront.
There's fishing VR. You get that.
I see Everybody's Golf VR is on sale.
Yeah, that's a pretty good VR game.
If, oh
It's
man.
really fucking hard to play that game if you don't you're not really careful with your setup.
Mhm.
The golf game, because
Keep my.
if you swing the club back and it goes out of view of the camera, it gets janky, if that makes sense. So you really have to
Yeah.
have like you gotta have like probably at least a 10-foot space circle around you to like play that game effectively. But other than that, it's pretty good. Like,
Wait, isn't this the game that I have on the Switch? Or is this a different version?
you could get Assassin's Creed Syndicate for like $8.99. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Surge is on here for $5. Wait, the Surge is a $15 game now? Wow.
They gave it away for free on PlayStation Plus, and then price dropped a lot. I remember playing that game.
Too bad the Bard's Tale isn't multiplayer. I think it'd be a fun RPG to play.
I've played it.
Bard's Tale, you did?
Mm-hmm.
I remember playing it back in the early days of like Xbox, like the first Xbox.
Did you say Xbox?
Yes, I did.
Oh no, they got to you.
But that's like back in 2006. So
Well, let's
that
talk. Let's talk about that. Let's go. Let's transition. Let's go to the Activision Blizzard extravaganza. That is Xbox. Xbox is going to buy Blizzard Activision.
Yep.
Which that includes Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the major franchises are Call of Duty,
World of Warcraft,
Candy Crush,
Diablo.
Sweet Diablo.
Yeah.
Overwatch 2.
So they're acquiring Activision, Blizzard, and King Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
I completely forgot that like a couple years ago that Activision bought King. It's only been a couple of years since Activision got King.
Yep.
Maybe that's where they lost all their money.
I think there's a couple sides to this coin.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, I think, like some of the studios under this umbrella are super fucking interesting. So one of the studios I think is interesting is, well, there's 3 studios that make Call of Duty, right? And they take turns, right? So, and this is so that they can put out that cash cow every year.
Yeah.
I don't know if Microsoft has plans to change that and like maybe use one of the other studios for something else. Number 2 is Blizzard. Blizzard's fucked right now. They are fucked. They haven't put anything out. They have Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2 in the works, but those seem to have stalled like indefinitely. And I would guess that both of those games are going to come out right as Microsoft takes over. So the fact that Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 will be on Game Pass, like,
okay,
day one, like that's obviously Call of Duty is fucking huge. And then I know the World of Warcraft base is like also crazy because they're like, you know, they're basically like, oh, we're gonna buy Game Pass. We're gonna get our subscription to World of Warcraft, so we don't have to pay anymore.
That's if they decide to do that route.
And so it's funny listening to all the speculation about this. What are they gonna? Oh, they're gonna make a StarCraft like RPG, and they're gonna make it, because now they have all the properties. But some of these studios, if you like drill down into it, right, you got Toys for Bob, which actually made the latest Crash Bandicoot game, which is funny because it's like Crash Bandicoot is such a PlayStation thing.
Yeah.
And they also made the Spyro games. So
they got Treyarch.
They got Treyarch, which makes Call of Duty, yeah. The other studio that's interesting is High Moon. High Moon made all those fucking badass Transformer games.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, those were fucking good. Like, and then they got sucked into Activision, and then they started working on Call of Duty. So, I think the layoffs. Remember how Activision got into trouble because they laid off a bunch of people.
They laid a bunch of people off just before the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't even full-time employees. These were contract employees.
Yep, and I think that was 100% a move for this acquisition. Definitely, I think when it comes to business deals, usually the purchasing entity looks at the books for the place they're buying, and they tell them to clean up their books before they buy. And a lot of times contractors are, that's part
Generally,
of the...
contractors are always the first to go.
Yep, that's part of the books that they just... Microsoft's like, I don't want to deal with contractors. Get rid of them all. Figure it out. You make some of them full-time. Whatever you got to do. And that's probably what happened. Like...
Okay.
What
does Raven mean?
I would guess also that that's not the end of layoffs. I would guess that...
Oh no, we're gonna see more and more over
Because
time.
Microsoft's not going to want to absorb... They only want to absorb the
most of those layoffs were from that Raven studio.
Yeah.
Also, if I remember right, because they were the ones that... It was the company that handled a lot of the Warzone stuff.
Because as much as Microsoft wants like these properties on Game Pass, they also want the talent.
Yeah.
Because they can't. They've shown Xbox or Microsoft has shown that they really can't create anything. They haven't done anything in... They have the Gears. They have the studios that make Gears, Forza, and Halo, but they haven't done anything else outside of that.
And they keep on pushing back other titles that should have been coming out. Like, I remember they announced like Fable.
Yeah, well,
years ago.
Yeah,
and that's like that is.
I think it's still coming.
It's still coming, but the fact that it still is not out is just sort of telling you it's like, okay, so they're looking for something to use so they can push this onto that studio. So it makes me wonder if one of these studios
to help push that along. Yeah.
I'm gonna look into Fable, see if what is the new Fable called anyways? Fable Heroes? Maybe? I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, I just don't think they're not instead of spending they have all this capital, right? And they're they could spend $68 billion, but instead of spending it to hire new people or maybe build a studio from the ground up, they're nah. They're we're just gonna use all of our capital to build property around our Game Pass. That's what they care about. They don't care too much. I get the impression they don't care too much about trying new stuff. They just want to bring as many recognizable things to Game Pass as they can. And that's their sort of strategy. But in order to get this $68 billion back, it's going to take, even though some of these franchises make billions per year, Call of Duty being the number one selling, it's in order to make that money back, it's going to take them a while, especially if they put all the games on Game Pass, because then they're not getting any sales. I would venture to guess a game just take, for example, Halo.
Yeah.
I would guess Halo probably didn't sell as well as the previous Halo. But I would guess that they gained a huge uptick in Game Pass subscribers because Halo came out. Right? They probably gained millions of more than they would have gotten sales of Halo. So let's say Halo would have sold, I don't know, a healthy game would sell 6-7 million copies. They may have gained 6-7 million Game Pass subscribers in the last year because Halo and Forza hit. And that's $15 a pop per month for the foreseeable future, right? All they need to do is hook you for, it's $1 to start, right? But then it's all they got to do is hook you for 4 months, and they got a game purchase out of you, and then.
Or in my case, for 2 payments because I pay for every 3 months.
Yeah, so all they have to do is, I think for the year, what is Game Pass? $120 for the whole year. That's 2 games, right? So all they have to do to recoup, a sales from one game is kind of get one person in for half a year on Game Pass, and I think their numbers are showing them that that's happening. And so they're just like, let's add as many properties as we can, and instead of getting 7 million in sales from each game release every year, we want to add 7 million people to Game Pass. They want people on their phones to have Game Pass. They want people with TVs.
They have a separate app on their phone for Game
Yeah.
Pass.
Their vision is way beyond the console. They don't even give a shit about. My guess is they don't even talk about the console. They're like, oh, we want everybody with every screen to have a Xbox Game Pass, and so they want like dude who never buys console game to be subbed. Because if you think about it, let's say you're a Call of Duty player, and you sub, all you buy is Call of Duty, right? So you spend $60 to $70 per year on one game, and then you never spend any other money. Maybe a few cosmetics here and there, but they get that money regardless. So if you're subbed to Game Pass instead of buying Call of Duty, they're getting $120 out of you, not $60. And then if you play other games, great. They don't care. Because normally you wouldn't have bought them anyways. And I see the phone, like people who game on their phones and game on PC, like, are the cheapest fucking people. They don't buy anything. They don't buy peripherals. They don't buy they don't subsidize like they'll buy a really high end PC or a really high end phone, but they're not gonna subsidize. They're not gonna buy a game every month. You know what I mean? They're not going out. Yeah. So they're not gonna go out and like.
I blame Steam. Years of Steam just dominating the market, and then having those sales that people would just buy games on them just because they were like $1 a piece.
Yeah, and there's just so many services now where it's like, why purchase anything? You know.
Yep.
And so they must know, they must have good analytics on. Here's dude bro A, right, who only buys 2 games a year. If we can get them into Game Pass, we get their money, and they won't go anywhere else because they have too big of a library on top of, they see their subscription as, I'm getting all this stuff for free, right? After I buy my Call of Duty. It's like, then I get all this other stuff I can play also. And they're not wrong. Like, that's a tremendous proposition. It's like,
oh yeah.
If I remember when I was, pretty much broke, I used to have to like rent games from
Blockbuster.
From Blockbuster, yeah, because I couldn't afford to buy anything, and I wanted to play a good assortment of stuff. So like my collection would literally consist of maybe 2 games I bought per year on the full, like a sports game, and
then you'd spend like $4 at Blockbuster for like 3 days.
Yep, and I'd like binge it and then have to take it back.
Mm-hmm. And then sometimes you get that copy because you had that one dude who rented the game before he was a complete dickhole who fucking scratched the disc. And then they're like, here, we're gonna charge you $1 to clean the disc for you. That is technically what you should have done anyways. It's like, it's your game. Why are you charging me to clean your game?
Yeah, and I think,
fuck you, Blockbuster. I'm sort of glad you're gone.
I sort of think also the way that they kind of pull things on and off of Game Pass, sort of at the whim. It's like, they have day and date, and I think people really aren't paying attention. Like, some games drop off of Game Pass.
Yeah, I know at the beginning of this month, they pulled a lot of the Yakuza games off Game Pass.
Yeah, and you really don't hear anything about that, but it's like, you could be a huge Diablo player, and they could pull Diablo off Game Pass. I don't think they will, but they could, right? Or say you're like huge Overwatch They could do a Disney thing where they're like, oh, you get Overwatch 2 day one, and then like 12 months down the road, they pull it, and you're like, fuck, I have to buy it now if I want to keep playing it. If like, let's say you're a huge Overwatch player for some reason. This is where I think it's dangerous. It's dangerous to like to have every single game fall under a service model. But I think Sony is working on their own service model as well. I don't know what they're trying to do. I have no idea, but I'm guessing that they're trying to get this as close to Xbox as they can. I don't think they can spend $70 billion, but I honestly, as good as the services are today, I just have this feeling that once they get you completely out of the habit of I buy games, once they get you out of that, and they get you into the service, then they're going to slowly raise the service price. But as of today, it's like an extremely good deal. So fucking PlayStation is just, even after this acquisition, Sony is still apparently bigger than Microsoft in the gaming space. It goes.
Yes, it is.
It goes. I forget what it goes.
2 cent.
Yeah, it goes 10. It goes 10 cent, then Sony, and then Xbox. Then, even with this Activision acquisition, so technically Sony doesn't have to respond to this, and they haven't, and that's actually good because like this shit will die in a week. The way that gaming like internet culture
the way news works.
Yeah, the way gaming internet culture works, this shit will be gone in a week. If Sony doesn't say shit, if Sony says something and it's like not up to snuff, and it'll just bring this right back up to the.
You know what I thought about this when the news dropped on this Activision purchasing? I was like, wow, that's a lot of money. Whatever. I didn't give two shits because I read the whole thing. And I was
you're not a Call of Duty player now. Not on console.
No, not on console.
Yeah, it's like.
And I'm like, and plus we won't see any. And I also read the thing, and I was like, we won't see any of these changes until 2023. And so, and that Phil Haddock guy or whatever his fucking name is still in the thing. So, and he's still going to be there until Microsoft fully takes over. So it's just like, nothing's really changed. You're just like, hey.
But you got to think about
big money.
Let's say you have a PS5, and you're a Call of Duty player. Well, and you're gonna play Call of Duty like all the way. I would assume that this generation of console is gonna last until 2029 or 2028. Okay. So like, let's say all you do is play Call of Duty, and you bought a PS5 because you like the controller or something. I don't know. Whatever. That was the decision you made.
For some reason, my gut's telling me is like, I don't think they're gonna pull certain games from certain things. I mean, maybe some games, like for example, maybe they might make StarCraft an Xbox exclusive, right? But maybe they'll leave Call of Duty alone of where it is because it'll make them more money if it's across platforms.
That's what people are talking about. Is like, which one's piecemeal are they gonna like make exclusive?
My money is more like I could see them grabbing StarCraft because that's an
said
IP
the same
that
thing about Bethesda, and then they announced that all the Bethesda games are going to be exclusive. Like
that is true.
They pulled Elder Scrolls 6, and they pulled Starfield, and they pulled Fallout. Whatever the next Fallout's going to be in 20, down in the future.
Yeah.
And so, and they're just like, that's exclusive. Like, those are all exclusive. I mean, obviously you can get them on PC, but so they say they have the same language about this as they did that, and they're not going to spend $70 billion for nothing. That's the big thing, is they spent this money to prop up their brand. They didn't spend this money to
So they're going to pull Candy Crush from their phones and making an Xbox exclusive.
Well, they might make it where you get Game Pass for your phone. They might have an Xbox Game Pass for your phone where they have several titles that are included, where you get some kind of battle pass for Candy. I don't fucking know Candy Crush. I don't know. That game makes $1 billion a year, so they have some kind of financial structure. But like I said, I think they want you to have
Minecraft makes a lot of money a year.
They want Game Pass for phones. They definitely have that on their roadmap. They want you to if you have Game Pass, to be able to get games on your phone native games on your phone, and that's I can see Microsoft buying, like, going out and trying to get like even more phone game developers on top of King, like. But again, I'm actually okay. I thought about this a lot because I'm a Sony pony, so I'm like, this hurts. It hurts, dude, because I fucking love Blizzard. They've been shit for like a while, and Activision has been shit for a while, in my opinion. And if Microsoft like turns them around, or like gets those type of games like fixed, like the culture around them or whatever, and they come back, then that's all good. But I personally don't think that Microsoft has shown like that they can do that with anything yet. Okay. They certainly own a lot of properties, including Minecraft, but I just don't feel like they've done anything to Minecraft. They haven't fucked it up, but they haven't done anything with it either. Microsoft owns the Minecraft property, which is absolutely humongous, and they really haven't done anything with it. But they also haven't fucked it up, right? They didn't make it exclusive to Xbox or anything like that. So we'll see. But they definitely didn't spend $68 billion for nothing. They want something.
They have a plan, and they'll announce it. Probably not even when they fully acquire the thing in 2023. Mm-hmm. There may be something that will just come down the road.
They definitely want you to see your console purchase.
Oh yeah.
As I'm going to have this console 5 years from now, and so they want to show you that, hey, you have a future. I don't. But again, I've thought about it extensively, and I'm just like, PS5, actually, I don't think PlayStation has to respond to this at all. I think PlayStation has a vision that's good enough to get you to buy a PlayStation.
Yeah.
If you're a Call of Duty, if all you do is play Call of Duty, I don't think you're a PlayStation person. I don't see why you would be a PlayStation person if all you do is play Call of Duty. That's not PlayStation to me.
I am a friend person. I generally buy the consoles which my friends get.
So, okay, well then, I mean, this might lead you back to Xbox pretty strongly, because there's a lot of properties.
Yeah. It's just how I do my gaming. It's just like, I'll go where my friends are. So, but again, we all have PS5s, so. And I always plan on getting an Xbox anyways. I mean, it's just determining.
A lot of people are like, fuck it, I'm going to get both anyway. But I will say, like, PlayStation is, like, I've seen a lot of analogies on PlayStation. It's like, PlayStation is like kind of the expensive. It's like the Porsche.
It's the Apple of the phone users.
Yeah, it's Apple. It's the Porsche, Mercedes-Benz of cars. It's
the
you pay kind of a premium. You pay a little extra money, and you're getting like the best of the best games. Like PlayStation is constantly getting Game of the Year nods. But if that starts to dwindle in any respect, if it starts to dip at all, then they're no longer, there isn't a reason. And so they're taking huge you're getting maybe 3 to 4 massive titles on the PS5 side per year. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like a Wolverine fucking game from Insomniac. It's like, that's fucking, like, that's worth $400, to some people on its own. You know what I mean? So this is fucking huge. Imagine if Microsoft said we're going to spend $68 billion making new games, though, instead of doing this. And all these games were still going to exist. Right? Imagine Microsoft was like, fuck it, we're going to make we're going to invest in VR, we're going to invest in...
Microsoft should fucking buy just so that the game would just finally finish if they spent that kind of money. They should have bought that one studio that has the highest grossing paid support system that's like funded by people. Star Citizen.
No. I can just kick them in the ass, get them in gear.
It's like, here's $1 billion. Now finish the fucking game. It's been 8 years!
Well, I look at this like a game, like they were talking about, the cost of game development. It's $500 million, $600 million. For like a Grand Theft Auto 6, it's gonna cost them $700 million.
Yeah.
And so $68 billion. Let's see. So they could have made for $600 million.
For $68 billion.
They could have made $600 million development games, new games. They could have made 100 new games for $68 billion.
For $68 billion, they could have bought a few small countries in Europe.
They definitely could have made something new, like 100 times over, right? Yeah. They could have made $1 billion. They could have made 68 $1 billion development dollar games for $68 billion. But instead, we're going to get these same games, but instead it's going to be on Game Pass. That's what they did.
What we're going to see is they're going to be like, the next announcement was like $68 billion for NFTs. No. Other news. I don't know if you know about this.
There is no other news.
Well, there is some minor news. This is some old-ish news.
Wait, I'm not done.
Okay.
Before we get off the Xbox topic, the funniest thing when I was watching this shit unfold, I was telling you yesterday, the funniest thing I saw was in the chat of the guy that when they were talking about it.
Jeff Jaffe?
Yeah, David Jaffe. Yeah. There was this guy who was like, they were talking about Xbox and like Game Pass and all this shit, and he just copy pasted every so often. Hi, I'm gonna buy Horizon Forbidden West coming out February 18th for PS5 for $60 or something like that, and he just kept copy pasting that in the chat. And I thought it was hilarious because Horizon Forbidden West coming out February 18th.
Yep.
And they launched a story trailer. I just thought it was hilarious that, like...
Oh, yeah, they did, and I watched it, and I completely half ignored it, because I was like...
I don't want to spoil it, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I did not want to watch anything about the story.
Like,
I was like, I just wanted to see, like, some of the visuals, and that was about it. And I was like, okay, cool. But I basically half ignored it, so I don't know what a lot of it's going on.
Like, who's this guy? Co-op? What? Is there co-op? No.
They would have announced it if it was multiplayer, I think, by now. That would have been a big...
But yeah, this game's coming... I mean, with all this Xbox hoopla, Sony's like, we have Horizon coming out in 2 weeks.
More like 4 weeks?
Oh, okay, 4 weeks. Yeah. 4 weeks.
In 2 weeks, it'll be the first. And then the official countdown will begin. And I think that's when we'll start getting more and more news.
They're just like, yeah. This is PlayStation's response, by the way. This is their blog for the day after, Xbox bought everything. They're like, yeah, we gotta a game coming.
We also have Dismantle launches on PS4 and PS5 tomorrow. Or I guess technically yesterday.
Mm-hmm. I don't
I
even
looked
know what
at
that
it
is.
and I was just like,
It's interesting, but it's not.
but it's not multiplayer. There is multiplayer, but it's like split screen.
Oh.
At least that's what it is
Oh
on
my God, there's fishing.
PC. But no, quick side thing. So Final Fantasy 14, I didn't realize this went down, but back in December, about a month after Endwalker dropped, they suspended sales of the game,
Yeah,
and
because
it's
they
still
have
going on.
there's too many servers. Their servers are too full.
Not enough servers, too many people. And next week, from what I understand, they're lifting the suspension.
Woo, go
We're
buy
gonna see
Final
what
Fantasy 14.
Woohoo! Unless you already own it. But even if you already own it, guess what? You still can't buy the expansion. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
All right. Wait, don't click on it. Don't cheat.
What?
We're gonna go through the. PlayStation released the top list for the top downloads of 2021. So I want you to guess
For December?
for the whole year for 2021 the top downloads split by US EU. Okay, so I'll tell you some of them, and then I want you to guess the top 5. Okay, so I'll tell you some of the ones lower than 5. Okay, so Deathloop was number 18 in the US.
Makes sense considering it was
for
a
PS5.
game that came out late.
This is PS5 now. This is PS5 downloads. Okay. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is number 6 in the US and number 14 in the EU. Assassin's Creed Valhalla 11 and 10 in the US and Europe. Far Cry 6 10 and 8. Kena is 20 and 7 in the EU. Among Us 13 and 6. Resident Evil Village 12 and 9, or 9 and 12. Returnal didn't make it on the top 20 for EU, and it's 19 on the US. So there's some a little. It Takes Two, 16 and 9. All right, so that's a little snippet of the game. So what do you think made it into the top? I'll give you some guesses. We'll see how many you can get. Made it into the top 5 downloads for PS5, US and EU. I mean, there's some of these are going to be obvious, but
I mean, I'm assuming Call of Duty's in there.
Call of Duty Vanguard 2 on US and EU.
The amount of the only reason I think you would mention this is because I have a feeling 2K. I'm assuming it's probably like what 1.
2K is 1 in the US. It's not on the list in the EU though. You know why?
But because they don't care.
They don't play basketball. They play
FIFA.
Yes, they do. FIFA is number 1.
Okay.
And number 3.
I'm done guessing.
Spider-Man Miles Morales is 3 and 4.
Battlefield is number 5?
Battlefield is number 5 on both US and EU.
Okay, I'm not surprised, but the amount of hate that game got, I'm surprised so many people bought it for the PlayStation.
It's Call of Duty and Battlefield, man. It's people.
No. Battlefield got a lot more shit than Call of Duty. Call of Duty, they shit on it, and then they're like, oh wait, Call of Duty is actually good this year. Battlefield's bad. Oh, these are PS5 games. MLB The Show made it into top 10. Wow.
For US, yeah.
And Far Cry made it in top 10 on both sides. Number 8 for EU.
Like I
Number
said,
10.
those first-person shooters don't take them lightly. People buy first-person shooters.
Oh yeah.
They buy them. It doesn't matter how many of them are out there.
Ooh, I bet they regret this one in the EU. Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy. Ew. That must have been like a surge of purchases and then just regret. You know? Wait,
I think
Kenna made it
Rainbow
in the
Six
top-
Siege also, making the list.
Wait, is Kenna only on the US side, not the EU?
No,
Wow.
it's number 7 in the EU. It's 7th.
Oh, wow, that's way far apart.
Yeah, people love Kenna. They love that Pixar bullshit in the EU.
You loved it.
And then on your PS4, I mean,
PS4,
it's fucking,
Grand Theft Auto is
fucking Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, and FIFA, baby.
Yeah.
Look at the
Minecraft
Crew 2.
is
Look at
number
the
3.
Crew 2 there in the EU. Look at that shit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that game is still going. It's strong. It is still going. They dropped content yesterday for it. Crazy.
For some reason, I'm not surprised about the top 3 for VR.
Oh yeah, Beat Saber. You have to have that game if you have VR. You absolutely have
Like
to.
number 1, I would have automatically assumed Beat Saber, but I'm not surprised about the other 2 because number 2, Job Simulator. I've seen so many YouTube videos on it that just people would just buy it just so they could just fuck around.
It's super chill too. It's not
super
like
chill
hardcore.
and super stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And then Super Hot is just a very popular game.
Vader Immortal is fun. I would put that in my top 5 VR games.
That's like one of the main games I want to get for VR.
Astrobot is super chill also, and I'd put that in my top 5.
It made it in 10 on EU, but I don't see it on the US side.
And I definitely put fucking Blood and Truth. I don't know why it's not on these lists. I think people just sleep on that. They think it's.
It might have came out. It came out so early that they're probably like, it's probably not good. Let's play the later ones. Because Blood and Truth was like one of the first titles.
It's super fucking high end shit, dude. It's like filet mignon VR. Because I played some of these other ones and I'm like, Walking Dead is. It may just be because it was free.
Leems is gonna be pissed. He's gonna be happy about the EU side, but he's gonna be pissed about the American side. Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is under Apex Legends and Splitgate. I don't even know what Splitgate is.
First person shooter. Arena shooter. It's an arena shooter.
God.
Yeah.
Fucking shit.
It looks pretty cool. I mean, it's
free, so I mean.
Yeah, it's like all these.
What it is.
All these.
And I'm not surprised to see this eFootball PES 2021 Lite.
Mm-hmm.
And then eFootball 2022. Yeah, it's definitely EU.
Here's the thing, though, about Genshin. Is the rest of these games really don't have a pervasive... Fortnite has a battle pass, but the rest of these games really don't have like a pervasive microtransaction system like Genshin does. Rocket League really doesn't have anything that's like pushing you. Mm-hmm. Call of Duty kind of does, but you know...
There's not really a battle pass. I mean, you can pay for a battle pass.
But Genshin literally has a slot machine built into it. It's like...
Yes, it does.
It's like, cling, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Oh, I just saw Red Dead 2 was still a part of PS4 top... Oh, on both sides. Huh.
Yeah.
Nice.
These are top downloads, right? So somebody may have...
just
been like, let's play some Red Dead this weekend, and then they downloaded it.
It's flat. He's like, I'm going to download it and then not play it and then delete it. And it's like, damn it, I want to play it and then re-download it.
But like when you look at these,
you're my friend, but I'm gonna make fun of you for this.
and he plays more games for 15 minutes than anyone I
He has an
know.
attention.
He's just like, I want to play this, and then he plays it, and he's like, I don't want to play this, and then he uninstalls
Oh,
it.
he wants to play it, but then he sees something else. He goes, I really want to play that too.
No, he's like, should I farm? Should I just
So
farm?
what we're gonna do is we're gonna start a GoFundMe. We're gonna build him a gaming room. We're gonna put like 10 TVs alongside of each other with 10 PS5s, and then a giant chair in the middle, and then a table with all the controllers.
That would make his condition worse. That would make him
just play 10
worse.
games at once. Hey, whatever.
What you need to do is you need to just put him in a tractor, like where he can't leave, so that he can get his farming fix, and then he'll actually play a different game.
He'll play Farming Simulator while farming.
Yeah, he'll just like he gets his farming fix, and then also he'll play a game while he's sitting in the tractor. But yeah, looking at the top sales, it's like for PS5, it's like, dude, Spider-Man is up there and Ratchet and Clank, but then you like look and it's like, if Xbox comes in and swoops Call of Duty, and let's say they swoop EA, and they already include EA Access as part of their Game Pass, right? Without swooping them. It's like you look at this list and you're like, PlayStation is leaning on Insomniac, and they're leaning on like none of these numbers have sales for like, where's Last of Us multiplayer? Where the fuck is it? Where's Deathloop is on here, but it's 18th and 19th. And they don't even get Deathloop in the future. Like Returnal is not even on the EU list. I think Kena is a success story. I think Kena really hit hard, but it's like, if Microsoft somehow gets EA or 2K, it's like shit. They have everything, like other than like the first party Sony titles. So
okay,
that's it for that.
That is.
And PC people are actually playing a good game because they got God of War.
Yes, they did
last week. And
I was surprised by the studio that they chose to do God of War, though.
I saw so many PC guys getting dressed up to play Kratos. I was like, they're like super into it. I'm like, why didn't you just get a PlayStation? What the fuck? Like, you're super into it. Like, whatever.
Maybe they just didn't want to buy an Elgato.
But yeah, I see so many people going, "Oh, this is what a game is." And yeah, you're damn fucking right. As Jaffe would say, you're goddamn right.
We played it years ago.
Yeah, it's like this is, we've been trying to tell you, like, you're playing these fucking shit games. You're playing fucking Valorant. What the fuck are you doing? Like, stop playing, put Valorant down.
Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a ton of fucking shit out there.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually think there's some really good games on PC that you can't really play on console because they're, they have too many buttons or too many things going on.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so what have you been playing? We'll end with that.
Been playing New World this past week, and I've been playing Final Fantasy 14.
Oh.
So I'm basically playing just two MMOs separately.
So you're getting sucked on both sides of your body by giant vampires?
Yes, I am. I will say that Final Fantasy's fun to mellow out to, right? Because it's not a lot of effort or anything like that. And now I'm just stuck in that one phase where everyone's playing the new content, and I'm stuck back in the old content. And
That sucks.
that's the one flaw, is that that game requires you to go through fucking dungeons.
Yes, it does. And
And
you have to play with like NPCs because nobody's queuing for the old ones.
Well, and that's just it. The old content doesn't have the NPCs. It's the newer content.
Oh.
So the old content is like, I'm waiting in a fucking queue to enter a dungeon just to be dragged through and skip all the story content of it, so I don't get locked out of fights.
Oh, because people are rushing.
They're just spawning through them, dude. That's just how they're leveling their characters. It's just they're just dungeon hopping.
Yeah.
Which I understand. That's how most MMOs go, especially theme park MMOs like that. It's the quickest way to level.
I've been playing New World as well. And the reviews on that game are 100% spot on. Like, you hit level 30 in that game, and you're just like, whoa, that's a mountain. And it's like, oh.
Oof.
But it's kind of cool, like, up to level 30 or so. It's like...
I got the tier 2 Azoth rod.
Yeah. So you went through the annoying second part of... Old man
does not look like old man. Old man looks like, what the fuck are you wearing that for? Asshole!
He has his own city now. Like his own zone.
I know. It's your fort. It's like you're a dick.
It's going to build up over time. I can kind of see it, yeah.
There was some dude with like a flaming head in there. What the fuck is wrong with your head?
Well, like, you know, at first, like, you're like, oh, I'm going to cut down trees. And you're like, oh, look, there's a level 50 tree. And you're like, I'm cutting down trees. Oh, I hit level 50. I can finally cut down. Then you're like, where's the next tree? Oh, it's 100. But now I gain 1 level per week of chopping down trees. It's like, oh.
You got to cut down ancient trees only.
Even then, though, you're like, oh.
Yeah. I wonder if there's, like, potions you can make.
Oh, yeah, there are.
That'll make, like, skinning and that kind of XP.
But then you have to grind the ingredients for the potions. Or you have to buy them off the AH. So it's like, off the trade post, or whatever they call it in New World.
It's a trade post, but it's the auction house. Let's be honest. I've been buying my steel arrows off of there because I'm just too lazy to farm the mats to make my own.
Yeah.
When they're selling them for like
a penny,
0.25 per arrow,
Eesh.
And then they come in packs of like 1,000, and you might spend like 700 gold and get 1,000 arrows. I'm like, fuck it, why not? Considering you'll make that money back just by doing just random shit in the world. Like, I make so much fucking money. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna put some money into the guild bank today.
Yeah.
So
there's definitely a wall though where things you're like. I do like how I like the gathering aspect of that game. Like, is one of the better ones. Where there's pretty much something to gather like everywhere.
Okay.
Whereas like, other MMOs,
you don't have to go to certain zones.
Yeah, other MMOs is like if you, I guess with mines you kind of have to look for them or have a route, but but like if you go in a cave, it's like, oh, there's gonna be mines in here. Like, I also like how when you're in the towns, like the chests. Like, the chests are, like, important. Like, you can't, like, stop looking for chests. Even though they might just be generic, like, onions and tomatoes or some shit. It's like, you need that stuff. But, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I know that, sometimes I find the towns more annoying than the world.
Well, yeah, because the frame rate's super choppy in the towns.
Oh, and today when I was playing it with playing earlier, it was cracking me up. So we discovered something that voice chat sometimes has a serious lag, and not like half a second like what we were getting used to. You know, like you just sound like an echo. No, this was more like a 10-second delay.
Whoa.
We would say something, and I would be like, "Whoop whoop whoop! This is the police," and just wait for the rebuttal. It was funny as fuck.
I started playing. Oh, I'm like one trophy away from a platinum in Dirt 5.
Yeah, you got to drive 1,000 miles.
Yeah, which is just stupid. That's
Driving
a
in
stupid
circles.
fucking trophy. All the other trophies are fine. That one's stupid. And then I started playing something I haven't played for 15 years. That's Final Fantasy 12.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is, dude. Those games have such good music. Oh,
Yes, I do.
but unfortunately, this game. I remember why it's not in my top Final Fantasies. It's so, um, like you set up all your. They have these things called gambits, which are like how you program your AI to like act, but the gambits are so overpowered because you can't input commands humanly fast enough for them to be efficient. So it's way better for you to set up your gambits and just let your AI like take over. And so if you want to play this game optimally, like you just set up your gambits and you just sit back and watch your characters. And I've fallen asleep like 8 or 9 times playing this game. Not necessarily because it's super boring. It's just the combat is not. There's no button pressing at all. You can actually even set up your lead, your head character, the one you're supposed to control,
Yeah.
to just gambit. So you could literally like put your. There's like several farming things, videos I've seen, where people just put their characters on full gambit and then they just walk away from their system. And their characters just engage, like every time a monster spawns, their party engages it and then kills it. Because another thing in this game that I've never seen in any other RPG is your magic, your mana or whatever you want to call it, NP, magic points.
Yeah.
It recovers over time. So you don't have to like go to the city or like set up camp or anything to recover your magic. So you can literally just like walk away from your console and like not have to worry that your team's gonna die because they're all automated.
Maybe that's what you should do. Just one day you're like, fuck it, I need to grind out some levels. Just go to an area and just be like, all right, I'm going to bed. I'll be back in 8 hours.
Come back and your guys are plus 20 levels.
Or they're dead. It's gonna be either they're dead or they're alive, and you're gonna be fine.
Well, here's the thing: only the boss fights are really like where you have to kind of micromanage things, like because the AI programming isn't smart enough to like you can only have so many gambits, and you have to order them in priority. So, like, let's say one of your guys gets poisoned. You could have a gambit that's like, if a player is poisoned, unpoison them. Top of the list. But sometimes when you're in a boss fight, you have to choose between healing and unpoisoning a guy.
Okay.
And that's where the boss fights are where you have to, interrupt your normal programming, I guess if you call it. But most of the time it's just like, if player less than 50% health, cast heal, right? And then you just like, guys are just walking around like, oh, that guy's under 50, boo, heal. And then, so you never die. Like, it's just, the only time you ever die is like if you just like pull too many like trash mobs, or you Like the other night, there's a weather system in the game, and when it's like raining, like these thunder elementals will spawn, and they can literally just one shot your entire party. And I didn't know that, and I was like walking around, and I was like, "Oh, what's that thing?" And I'm like, "Fight it!" And it was like Thunder God. You know, I was like,
It was
"Oh
like, bitch,
shit!"
I'm Thor's sperm.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing is, I was telling you about this, is that, and I think this really hurts the game. It's like in the first 4 hours, they throw you in prison 3 times and take away all your shit. So
Okay.
you're barely learning how to play the game, and they just take away all your shit, and then you have to get
I
it back again.
think I remember trying to play this game a while back, and I just stopped because it was just I had flashbacks of just playing this game previously. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. The controls. The
Yeah,
controls.
and then there's 2 places early in the game, like in the first 4 hours, you have to run away, and they don't. They hint at it, but they don't tell you run. They're like, you can run if you want to. And to me, in an RPG, is like, if they tell you can run if you want to, you're like, okay, they're just introducing the fleeing mechanic. I'm not going to do it.
Run.
I'm not a bitch. But in this game, you have to run. When they introduce the running mechanic, the fleeing mechanic, you fucking run, bitch. Run. And then the second time they do it, you better run, bitch. So, it's just interesting. Like, I've been playing RPGs for years. I'm like, these are the things that I think when people complain about sequences in RPGs, like the number one is the cock block moment, right, where you have to run, and the you're captured. I'm going to take away all your abilities and equipment moments. It's like, I'm playing an RPG. I want to be powerful. Don't take away my shit, you know. And then they do that like all over and over in this game. You're like constantly getting. God, I swear to God, we've been captured so many fucking times. Like, stop getting captured. Hello, I'm supposed to be powerful.
Wow. I remember when I was younger, I got to a certain point in the game. Like I said, it was the controls, but I think it was the part where I tried fighting and I couldn't succeed, so I think I just got frustrated and just turned it off
Yep.
and never went back.
You can't
And I was
you can't input commands more efficiently than the gambits. Like, no matter how fast you are, you cannot input commands faster than the gambits fire. So there's no point in trying to micromanage everything. And so it just becomes a game of program your AI and just sit and watch them. And that's weird.
just control your character and just have everyone else on Gambit.
Yep. I even put my main character on Gambit. I don't even control my main. I'm just like, fight starts, taunt enemy, hit
Russian roulette.
Yep, hit this guy, shield up, because my main is a tank.
Wait, is the boy a tank?
I made him a tank. You can make him anything you want.
Yeah, I remember always trying to make the guy a tank, and that just sort of always flopped because it was just like, nope. Because I would end up doing so much damage, he would never fucking taunt them again.
Yeah, he's basically a huge health pool sponge.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really have any, like I said, he doesn't have any, there's no commands to give him. He just engages the enemy first, and the enemy attacks him, and that's all. There's really no inputs.
Well, at least you're having fun. So
yeah, the overall, like I said, the music is cool, and like it's definitely like
Final Fantasy music's always cool.
But what's coming up? What's coming up for you this week? What are you gonna be doing?
I am gonna be playing this week. When is the release date of this? Hold on, give me 1 second. This week, January 28th, which is next I want to say next Tuesday. No, not Tuesday. Next Friday. So I guess technically after the next podcast. This is the only game I'm buying in January. Is going to be Pokemon Legends Arceus.
There it is. Yeah, Pokemon.
Pokemon! Yeah. I mean, the more I watch it, the more it looks entertaining. Like, I don't expect it to be, like, groundbreaking or anything like that, but the boss fights in that game actually look legit fun for once. Instead of, you just sort of, like, bringing out your 6 Pokemon to face off against an elite or whatever, this one you have to, like... You have to play, like... You have to Dark Souls it a little bit by throwing these, like... potions or something like that to try to calm it down because it's in a rage state. And then once it gets into a non-rage state, then you throw your Pokemon at it and beat the shit out of it until it goes back into a rage state, and then you run away again and you just keep throwing shit at it until you can fucking fight it again. And that thing, and you can die in that game. Well, not die, but you can get game over pretty quickly. Because the Pokemon sometimes will just want to attack you.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, that's the only one. I know, but the next month is going to be, it's going to hurt the bank month.
Are you getting Sifu?
Probably.
Or Dying Light 2?
I think I'm going to hold off on Dying Light. It's just that game's been delayed so many times. I have zero interest in that game. But
you're getting Truck Driver Premium.
Truck Driver Premium? What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Destiny 2, are you getting that?
Isn't that free?
No, the newest expansion hits in February.
No, but I will definitely, but towards the end of the month, I think there's some games coming out.
Elden Ring? You getting that?
That is probably. That game looks more interesting to me than some of the other games. And then, of course, I mean, we have the big one, which is Horizon. So, hey, like I said, it's the month where it's going to be like, ooh, and then you got March. I don't know what March games are this year. I'm pretty sure I saw something. March.
GTA
Tiny
7?
Tina's Wonderland.
GT 7?
Tiny.
What about Assassin's Creed Valhalla Dawn of Ragnarok?
I'm holding off on that. There's so much fucking goddamn Assassin's Creed.
March is the one that hurts for me. February, the only day one is Horizon. March has Final Fantasy, Stranger of Paradise, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah, Final Fantasy.
Yeah, and it has GT7, which I'll probably end up getting depending on the reviews.
I'll probably get very positive reviews.
Because I have a PS5. I want to see what that fucking shit's like.
PSVR 2 drops, and they're like, here, now there's a VR version of this game.
I'll be playing the 28th, you said. There's Pokemon. It's also Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Edition.
Yeah.
I'll be replaying both of those games when that comes out.
Are you going to start this week? Oh, wait, no.
No,
Are you going to start this? Legacy Edition is just 4 and Legacy, right?
4 and Lost Legacy, yeah. I'll replay those with PS5.
Okay.
Goodies.
Ooh.
So I'm not like replaying 1, 2, and 3. Fuck that shit. I don't have time for that. Because this is my plan. Is I'm gonna keep playing New World and obviously 2K and those are always in my queue. But my games of like plays, I want to platinum. I want to platinum Dirt, and then I'm gonna delete it. And then I still have Judgment on my system, so on the weekends I'll probably put a few hours into Judgment, try to get that done. So because I have Lost Judgment, I purchased it. And then Final Fantasy 12 also. And then on the 28th, it would be Uncharted. And then once Uncharted is over, Horizon Zero Dawn DLC. God damn it. Before Horizon Forbidden West comes out. Gotta fucking do that DLC. I never did it. I bought it when it was super cheap. It was like $4 or something. And I never ever played it. I beat the original Horizon Zero Dawn. I played through the whole thing. But okay. I just never played the DLC. And I think that game has a PS5 version? Horizon? Does it?
I think it got an upgrade.
Like they unlocked the frame rate?
Horizon PS5. Upgrade.
How to update?
That's Horizon Zero Dawn. What is it?
Did. It got a performance patch. 60 FPS, 4K. So yeah, I want to play Horizon DLC in 4K 60 FPS, baby. As the mighty Keith would say, 60 FPS! I want to see I'm waiting for his video on the Activision shit. I want him to make a video when it's so bad.
You know it's going to be like 10 minutes long.
I also want the PlayStation Girl to do it also. PlayStation Girl's going to have a video about.
Oh, they're going to have one by next week.
Yeah, they're going to have something.
Because I laughed at their most recent thing. It's like, PS5 got an upgrade.
Oh, where she got the black flaps? She changed her outfit? Yeah.
And changed her outfit. And I was just like, okay, whatever. It's stupid. Wait, is that next month as well? Grand Theft Auto 5 is in March?
Yes, it is.
Oh, you assholes!
I don't think you have to pay. I don't think you have to pay for it. Oh, yeah, yep. You're gonna have to pay for it.
I know you're gonna have to pay for it because it's Rockstar. They don't give a shit if you own it on other shit. They want their money.
Hopefully, it's just $10 though.
No, it's not. Price.
You think it'll be full price? Really?
They're gonna charge you full price. They charge you full price.
Except for except for GTA 5 online is supposed to be free for PlayStation. Just the online part of it.
So. I know they charge you $5 or $10 for Red Dead's online. So
I will replay GTA in 4K, but I'm not paying full price. No. I'm not paying full price for that shit. It better be $10,
dude,
or less.
Why is it saying that Kirby and the Forgotten Land is coming out in March 25th?
Because it is.
What?
Yeah, you're fucked, dude. March is the month. March is the month where you're fucked.
March is like I'm gonna be super fucked because it's like there's Strangers in Paradise Final Fantasy, right? Like you said. But then for the Switch, I got Rune Factory 5. I fucking now have Kirby. What the fuck? Okay, okay.
It's not February. It's March that's really fucking loaded for some reason.
Okay, I need to go to February. February.
Yeah, you can't not get Horizon. It's like if you have a PS5, you pretty much have to buy Horizon. I don't know.
Wait, these are movies. Why are they showing me movies?
Plus,
what the fuck what movie is called Love Leash coming out on Netflix on February 11th? Why is this woman fucking Captain Morganing a dude? That dude is drooling. Okay, I'm done looking at shit.
We've lost Hitro. The podcast is over.
The podcast is over. I need to get away from this website. This website's too dangerous for me. Right. Have a good one.
Whatever.
I'm out.